The value of kindness in a tough world. Have you ever wondered how a single act of kindness can change the course of an entire life? How, in a world that often feels cold and unyielding, a gentle word or an open hand can ripple far beyond what we imagine? This is the story of a young man named Ayaan, a dusty village road, and a quiet lesson about the strength hidden inside kindness. In a sunlit valley, far from the noise of cities, there lay a small village called Nivara. The people there led simple lives, earning their bread through farming, weaving, and trading at the little market that opened twice a week near the banyan tree. Ayaan was a modest shopkeeper who sold spices and lentils in a wooden stall near the well. He wasn't rich, nor did he try to be the loudest voice in the room. He simply greeted everyone with a warm smile, even on days when sales were low. Beside Ayaan's shop lived an old woman named Tara, known across Nivara for her quiet wisdom. She often sat on her clay porch weaving baskets, her cat curled by her side, humming songs from forgotten times. But the most unusual presence in the market wasn't human. It was a small, brown stray dog that wandered between the stalls, tail wagging gently. The villagers called him Mintu. Some fed him scraps, others shooed him away. He belonged to no one, yet somehow to everyone. One summer morning, as the sky blushed with dawn, Ayaan opened his shop to find Mintu lying by the door, limping. His paw was tangled in a piece of fishing wire. Ayaan knelt, speaking softly. "Easy, friend. Let's get you free." Mintu growled, afraid, but Ayaan's voice stayed calm. He slowly cut the wire with a small knife and cleaned the wound with water from his clay pot. "Why waste your time on a street dog?" asked Sameer, a young farmer passing by. "It's not yours." Ayaan only smiled. "Pain doesn't ask who owns it. If we can ease it, why shouldn't we?" That morning, Mintu curled beside Ayaan's stall as if declaring loyalty to the one who had shown him mercy. A few weeks later, trouble struck. Heavy rains destroyed the spice crop Ayaan had purchased on credit. The supplier demanded payment, and customers, worried about prices, stayed away from the market. Ayaan sat in his stall one gray afternoon, staring at the shelves. His savings would barely cover the debt. He felt the weight of defeat pressing on his chest. Tara, weaving nearby, looked up and said gently, "Storms don't last, Ayaan. They wash the earth, and something new grows after. Be patient." But patience was hard when bills loomed like storm clouds. That night, Ayaan considered selling the little shop and leaving for the city. He feared the village was too small, too fragile to support him through bad seasons. As he locked up, Mintu followed him, tail low, as if sensing his master's despair. The next morning, a merchant caravan arrived in Nivara on its way to the capital. They stopped to rest by the banyan tree, setting up colorful tents filled with silk and herbs. One of the merchants, a tall man with a silver scarf, spotted the baskets Tara was selling and approached her. Ayaan watched as they spoke, the man nodding with interest. Soon, Tara gestured toward Ayaan's stall. "This young man has spices you won't find fresher," she said. The merchant sampled Ayaan's cumin and fennel, his eyes lighting up. "These are remarkable. I'll take everything you have, and twice as much, if you can get more to the capital." Ayaan felt a rush of relief, but also disbelief. The very stock he had feared would go unsold was now a treasure. That evening, as he sat counting the payment, Mintu trotted over, wagging his tail as though celebrating. Ayaan patted the dog's head. "Seems we'll stay in Nivara after all." Good fortune, however, often tests one's heart. A month later, Ayaan noticed Sameer, the farmer who had mocked his kindness, struggling to carry a sack of grain across the muddy path. Sameer slipped, falling hard, the sack spilling into the dirt. Villagers laughed softly from their doorways, but Ayaan hurried to help, lifting the sack and offering a hand. Sameer brushed himself off, embarrassed. Why bother? After the things I said about you and that dog, I don't deserve your help. Ayaan smiled. Kindness isn't a coin to spend only on friends. It's like sunlight. It loses nothing by shining on all. Sameer's eyes softened. From that day on, he stopped ridiculing Mintu and even began greeting Ayaan with a nod. But inside, Ayaan sometimes wondered, was kindness really strength or just naivety? One autumn afternoon, a terrible thing happened. A wagon carrying goods to the market lost a wheel while crossing the narrow bridge over the river. The driver shouted as the wagon tilted dangerously. People gathered, unsure what to do. The current below was swift from recent rains. Ayaan rushed forward, calling for ropes. Sameer joined him. Together, they steadied the wagon while others pulled the goods to safety. Then came a small bark. Mintu had darted toward the bridge, alerting a child who was about to wander too close to the edge. The little boy stepped back just in time. When the wagon was finally hauled to dry ground, the villagers cheered. The driver clasped Ayaan's hands. You saved not only my goods, but that child. I won't forget this. Later, Amatara spoke quietly as they watched the sunset paint the sky. Do you see, Ayaan? Kindness is never wasted. It grows roots in places we cannot see and bears fruit when we need it most. That year, winter came early and cruel. Frost settled on rooftops and the price of firewood climbed. Families huddled together, sharing what little they had. Soon after, the driver whose wagon Ayaan had saved recommended him to travelers along the trade route. Business flourished, and Ayaan was able to clear all his debts. But the sweetest reward wasn't measured in coins. One morning, Sameer came to Ayaan's stall, carrying a small wooden box. I made this for you, he said shyly. Inside was a carved sign. Kindness is strength. I used to think kindness was weakness, Sameer admitted. But I watched you, even in hard times, choosing to help. You've shown me how wrong I was. Ayaan felt warmth in his chest. He placed the sign above his stall where every customer could see it. Mintu barked happily, as if approving the new decoration. And so, life in Nivara moved on. But something had changed. The villagers began looking out for each other more. Children shared bread with Mintu. Merchants offered fairer prices. Even laughter seemed easier, lighter. Ayaan often thought back to the first day he freed Mintu's paw. A small gesture, done without expecting anything in return, had set in motion a chain of events that saved businesses, forged friendships, and warmed cold hearts. Kindness, he realized, isn't weakness in a tough world. It is quiet courage, the kind that plants seeds in barren soil and trusts they will bloom. So, dear listener, as you walk through your own days, through deadlines, struggles, or moments when the world feels unkind, remember Ayaan, Amatara, and the little stray dog who taught a village to see with softer eyes. Ask yourself, where can I let a little kindness flow? Because you never know how far one gentle act can travel, or how deeply it can change someone's path, including your own. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who might need a reminder today. Leave a comment about a moment when kindness surprised you, and subscribe to Finance Compass for more stories and insights that guide not just your wallet, but your spirit too. After all, life's toughest roads become easier to walk when we carry kindness along.